Hey guys, so we're actually facing some real objections that people were actually asking me to yesterday, and these were the concoctions that they were coming up in their minds. So we're gonna hit you guys with those objections.
I would have done this, but I'm just not as confident as you. I'm just quite shy.
The fact is, guys, confidence is a skill built. If I was confident when we started this, I wouldn't have achieved what I have achieved.
Exactly. Most of my confidence was lost when I added weight, when I started losing my hair. So what I've done is I lost weight. I went back to Turkey and got my hair back. So anything that can play for confidence, you can get it back. It's no problem. You were born with confidence. As a kid, you never gave up on walking. You know, and then it's something that you've been building all your life. Sometimes you lose it, but you can get it back.
The more you use it, the more you build on it, and the more you achieve with it. We didn't start off as confident online. We actually built what we are today. I mean, Abbas had a speech issue, and I was an extrovert, just didn't know how to have purpose. So we built ourselves online in order for us to become like that. We didn't just become this way.
So once upon a time, you know, I had a vision. I wanted more out of life, and I knew the current Abbas Al-Chami couldn't get me there. You know, like, thank God for where he got me, but I need this new personality. I need a new mindset, you know, a new belief to get me to the next chapter of my life, and that's what I did.
So if you guys are watching this thinking, oh, I'm not as confident as you guys, I can't be online, that's a lot of bullshit, and that's the biggest excuse I've ever heard in my life. Yes, you can. You just need to want something more than your every fibre in your body.
If you want something, you can find a way to do it. And most people only change in tragic situations. That's why we're doing this video right now, because there is tragic times. You know, have you heard that person saying, oh my God, I can't make ends meet, I've been struggling. But as soon as he finds out his mum or his dad is sick or his partner is sick, they find a way to do it because they want to and they need to. It's like, you know, it's like they need air, they need to breathe. They find some way to do it. You know, at the end of the day, if you want something so badly, you will find a way to do it.
I don't think this will work for me, you know. I think everything online is a scam. I don't believe it all.
You guys are wondering, oh, everything online is a scam. That's the most easiest and logic excuse for everything that you should guys do.
As human beings, we like to find an excuse for everything, for absolutely everything. And that's why it's called science.
And if it was a scam, guys, we wouldn't be here every single day right in front of you guys. We wouldn't tell you guys how to think. I mean, you guys sign up and you guys get a personal phone call with us.
All I know is whenever you scam someone, it wasn't gonna last a month before you get locked up. You know what I mean? Like, we've seen so many people out there, you know, in the past doing something, you know, courageous, pushing something, and after 3-4 months, they've disappeared. They just disappeared.
Exactly. If something was on as a scam, if we were promoting a scam, we wouldn't be in front of you every single day. We wouldn't be putting ourselves out there right now. We'd be hiding ourselves.
All I know is if something wasn't real, it wouldn't last. I'm pretty sure my brothers and sisters know what I mean. I don't think I have time for this, to be honest. You know, I've got 3 kids, I've got a mortgage, I've got, you know, like, I work 12 hours a day, and, you know, if I had more time like you know, I'd probably can do it, you know. It's the way it is. There's only 24 hours in a day. You know, once it hits midnight, that's about it for me, that's about it for you, and that's about it the same person
Pretty much.
living in Antarctica.
It's not how much time you have, it's what you do with your time. I mean, you have the same 24 hours a day as Beyonce, but does Beyonce use the excuses that you do, that she doesn't have any time?
I get what you're trying to say, but the way I look at it is, you know, people are trying to save money, not time. See, the way me and you look at it is we're trying to save time, not money.
And if you want something new, you need to be able to sacrifice time. I mean, the first 6 months of our business, we actually did not watch any Netflix series, anything. We actually, like, disappeared on the face of the earth.
And people know me that I am a big gamer. I am a big gamer. Only these days I'm going back to it slowly. But the first 3-4 months, you wouldn't see me on FIFA whatsoever. They just call me the FIFA king. You know, I was Division 1, now I'm like Division 8.
So, like I said, it's not how much time you have, it's what you do with your hours. Now, if you're working 8 hours a day for your boss, but what about you? What about your dreams? Are you putting into perspective what you want to achieve, and are you achieving those with what you're doing right now? Is your job bringing you closer to your goal?
So what we're trying to say is you got to put yourself first. You know, sometimes you got to catch your excuses, and honestly, catch them out like you're a third person. It's like, man, what I'm saying right now sounds ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It just, you know, what I like to say is that you like to give your excuses more fire. Are you giving them more fire, or you put them water on it? It's like, oh, shut up right there. My excuses are full of shit. But I'm giving them more, you know, more fire. You know, and you're making them more bigger inside your own head.
And if you're using the excuse that you have 3 kids, guess what? We have someone on our team with 7 kids, and she's still making a substantial income.
Yeah, you can flip your excuses. You know, I need more time because I've got 3 kids, or I've got no time because I've got 3 kids.
Yep.
It goes back to excuses again.
Always. You know, a 20-minute webinar, it's too long. You know, like, Can't you just tell me what it is all about already? Like, do I have to watch a video? You can waste 2 hours a day or 3 hours a day or even more watching a Netflix series that's not going to get you through your goal. Pretty sure you can put aside 20 minutes or 30 minutes to watch a webinar that's going to potentially change your life.
Believe me, when they come across our video or even spoke to us, they were wasting their time already. They're probably about an hour and a half flicking through that before they came across us.
So it's not, again, it's about time. It's about time and your time management. You want change, go out and get change. Don't just say you want change for the sake of it.
Yeah.
20 minutes for changing my entire life is absolutely nothing. I mean, you go to work for a boss for 8 hours a day. What are you talking about?
Exactly. And you're not happy if you're paying most of the time. But I don't have the experience, I'm just the security guard / panel beater. Can someone like me do it?
2 regular people from Western Sydney, 2 people that at the time had 2 kids and a mortgage and rent and bills and working 100 to 105 hours a week between them. If we did that and we had no experience in working online, what's to stop you to doing it?
Believe me, we have no excuses. Honestly, sometimes you got to reflect. Where did our parents come from? War-torn country? Where did they come from? They completely changed the environment for a better state of mind. Even when my dad goes back to Lebanon, he goes, I can't believe I used to think like that. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to change your environment to see clear, to see more clearer. Sometimes you're so stuck in the picture, you got to step back and say, oh my God, I actually missed that. I've been believing something for such a long time that got me absolutely nowhere. You got to back yourself. Of course you can do it. You got to, you got to sell it on yourself first before someone else sells it for you.
As a matter of fact, guys, you actually have the same process and same steps that we had. You're going to sign onto a platform that's going to teach you exactly and what to do and basically put into action what we're doing. Not only has this been tried and tested, it's actually fail proof. If you can follow a simple video and do exactly what they show you, there's nothing stopping you from gaining success. You don't need experience. But when I say this, if you don't have the experience, understand that you're going to take an extra time to learn the aspect of social media because it's a brand new skill. Before you guys jump in front of in the wheel of a car, in the seat of a car, you need to acquire the skills.
So this goes back to the law. Every single country has a law. The world has a law. Growing a plant has a law. You get my drift. Everything has a law. Once upon, what happens if you stop putting petrol inside your car? You start putting water. Is it going to run? No. Everything has a law. Follow the law of working online, and nothing is standing in your way.
Exactly. So I mean, because I'm going to make big, it means I'm going to spend big, right? I have to invest a lot of money. Does that mean? Is that right?
Not current, not really that. And also, people was asking me about taxes. Regardless, you got to pay taxes no matter what. But when you own an ACN, you do 27% instead of like employee 47%.
Exactly.
Or even an ACN worker.
So if you're scared of tax, then it's inevitable. I can't change that.
You can almost write off anything, to be honest, off tax.
Exactly.
Literally almost anything. Your accountant can be very, very, very clever.
And right now, if you're thinking that if you're going to make big, you're going to invest big, no. All it costs is $1 USD for the first 7 days. On the 7th day, you will be billed an extra, the remainder $98 USD, and that's recurrent monthly. And you can actually make money from the platform as well. By every person you refer to the platform and they sign up to the platform, you get a commission back.
And I strongly believe the affiliate marketing world is not risky. People say it's risky. No, it's not risky. At the end of the day, you're selling products that people have already made. You're not going out there making it yourself, spending, and trying to sell it. No, this stuff's been going on for 40, 45 years, 65 years. All you have to do is put it in front of people. It's like you open up a shop and you gotta, hope to get customers in.
Yep.
I'm trying to say it's not that risky.
Yep.
People think it's not that risky.
So you're telling me you guys provide mentorship, guidance, platform to help people, learn from A to Z. And a company that we work very closely with for only $1 USD, and I can make can I make $1 million? Hell yeah, you can.
Can you make $1 million at your full-time job right now?
No.
Well, we're not saying that we made $1 million. We're not saying we're not, but it's possible. It's definitely possible.
Think about it this way, guys. If you're ready to take this journey up and you have $1 USD to spend and invest in yourself, instead of saving it for that coffee at 7-Eleven, go invest into your learning, guys. Swipe up into my bio, click the get started button, and sign up today.
See you guys soon.
After the last couple of days, we've been able to hear a lot of objections from a lot of people. So if this is one of your objections, especially the other ones that I've added to my highlights, you need to check these ones out as well. So we're going to hit you guys up with the 3 to 4 most common objections that we're having after people watch our webinar. I love what you do, but I don't think I don't want to put myself out there. I'm not comfortable putting myself out there. can I still do this? Don't lie. This is one of our most common objections. A lot of women do not want to be on social media and they don't want to put themselves out there. But what does it come down to? Why don't they want to put themselves out there?
Because I believe it was judgment. This is from my personal experience and a lot of research is we just don't want to get judged from mum, from dad, from sister, from brother, from close friends, from your neighbours. We just don't want to be judged. But we want to judge, but we want to be judged in return. Truth be told, you're going to be judged no matter what. Whether you do it, whether you don't do it, there's going to be judgment parties from both sides, from either ends, from under, from above, from every angle. So the most important thing is do you approve of what you do? That's all that matters. Because regardless, if you don't get judged, you're going to get judged on Judgment Day. So regardless, you cannot escape judging.
And the fact that is, you got to approve of what you do. You got to believe in what you do. But, so you got to think about the people who are judging you or people who are possibly going to judge you. Do they pay your bills? Do they contribute to your stresses? Do they basically put money in your bank account and you just basically just sit there? If they don't, then they don't have a say in what you do in your life. They're not going to have a say. And if you give them a chance to have a say, then your whole life is going to be lived approving and looking for other people's approval. I've said this before. The only time you have to approve is, the only person that has to be approved of is you. You need to approve of what you're doing. No one else.
Most of the people these days, they get controlled by who? By the government. But what does the government give them? They give them money. Shut up. But people, that you let into your life and control you, most of these days, they contribute to nothing. And you just let them in and kept them in.
Yep.
So I do get that meaning by that.
And basically, if you've given someone the power to judge you, you've basically just laid down on the floor. It's like, here, take me. That's it. Just take me. I have no fight. Where's your fight? Where's your fight? Who cares if people are going to judge you? People are going to judge you regardless.
No matter what you do.
No matter what. So why are you still scared of putting yourself out there? I've got to trim that as well.
Abbas, Safa, thanks for giving me your time, but my partner, my spouse doesn't approve of what I do or she doesn't support me. The only thing I've got to say is, have you ever supported her in return? Once upon a time, Safa had, she still has it, she had a business. I was ball breaking all the time. It's like, man, all you do is spend time on your phone, this and that. Look, the most important thing for us men is to be respected. That's it. We want to be seen, we want to be respected no matter what we do. So the thing is, once you find your gift, you got to dig down. You got to find what you want, what your purpose you want in life. And believe me, once you really find it, your partner, your spouse would know that this is your gift and I've got to support him. I've got to jump on the train or else, he's taken it and he's going to leave me behind. You have to say, it's not like, most of the time when you open up business with your spouse has known you for a very long time. She knows that you've tried something and after 2 weeks you've let go of it. You get what I'm trying to say? So that's why most of the time they don't support. Most of the time when you get people out there I've spoken to, she supported my first business, but now she doesn't want to support me. You get what I'm trying to say? Because she thinks that it's going to be the exact same thing again. You're going to get into it for 2-3 weeks and you're going to give up. And she doesn't want to hear all the whinging and whining.
And the matter of fact is, if you're a male watching this is for you, okay? Your spouse doesn't support what you do. Does your spouse get up at 6 a.m. and every single morning bust her balls every single day?
That's what I was talking to you about earlier.
Yeah. Does your spouse get up and break her back? Does your spouse have to deal with a boss that hates them and tells them what to do every single day? Does your spouse does your spouse have someone to answer to? This is what you guys are. We always talk about saying you need to back yourself 100%. You don't need anyone to support you as long as you support yourself. I'm going to tell you guys a little story. When Abbas first started this, I didn't not support him, but I did support him. I was kind of in the middle. I wanted him to understand the aspect of a business. He's never been in a business before. He's never had to do.
My dad, mom, uncles, grandfather.
So you've been very observant, but he was never the main person of this, the CEO of his own boss.
I was always an employee, yeah.
Exactly. So I needed him to kind of push himself and prove himself to himself before I jumped in. And he did that. Why? Because he backed himself up 110%. 110%. If you support you, no one else has to support you. You need to be sold on the dream before you sell anyone on the dream.
I started to download different apps. Instead of downloading games and cheats for graphics of I started downloading apps. But an example, if I didn't know how to read that certain sentence or copy and paste it into this app, you read it for me. Because if you guys follow my journey, you guys know I'm not the best reader or the best speller. So I started downloading different apps to help me improve in my business. So I started to, instead of reading a book audiobook. I'm a great listener. You've always told me I've been a great listener.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? So when it comes down to writing, instead of me writing it down, if I didn't have to spell, I would just voice it to my phone will write it down for me on notes. So you can always equip the certain tools around you. There's no excuses these days whatsoever.
Yeah.
Back in the day, maybe you could go over your excuses, but these days your smartphone, if you're not smart, your smarphone will do it for you. And most of the time it's always in your pocket.
And the way I see it, guys, if you're that's your excuse, that's your objection. Oh, I can't do this because my husband doesn't support me, or I can't do this because my mom doesn't support me, or my dad thinks ill of me. Then
What it is I strongly believe it's not really that excuse. If you
it's not.
dig
It's
deeper,
not. You're right.
but they're trying to give you that excuse because they're embarrassed to give you the real truth.
The real truth is you don't support yourself. The real excuse is you're looking for other people's approval again, and you're looking for someone to support you because you don't support yourself. So when you're looking for other people's approval, and you will always live that way, your whole life will be of someone's approval. Oh, should I have a child? Oh, I need to see someone else's approval. Oh, do I buy a house? I need to wait for someone's approval. That's how you always live your life. You will always live your life in constant approval of other people.
It's true, it's facts. People go and uplift the mortgage to press someone else they don't even like.
Yep.
They go and spend all their life, extra 20, 30 years for this big ass house when all they need is one room.
Pretty much.
So they can just impress their friends, their cousins.
Yeah.
People
Oh,
that
bought a
don't
house.
even like, they can't even stand. They put themselves in financial debt.
Now, I know it costs $1 USD to get access to the platform, but I really need to think about it. Let me get back to you. You need to think about whether or not you invest $1 USD in your learning. Bullshit. You know why? Because you don't trust the process. You don't trust yourself, or you think working online is a scam.
Yeah.
That's not a real objection. The real objection is your fear. The real objection is you're looking for someone else to blame. The real objection is I would rather spend my $1 at Kmart not to invest in anything else.
Exactly, we're looking for instant gratification, immediately. We go back to school again. I mean, you guys want to be rewarded immediately. I want to spend $1, I want to get something back in return immediately. But sometimes you got to be visionary. But you need to invest in something inside here, just knowing stuff. You know, in the day when you spend that $1, okay, you might think it's a cheap investment, but believe me, it could be the best investment in your life. You know, me and stuff, I spent a lot of money on self-education. Okay, it costs $1 for the first 7 days to give you a rough idea. That's all it is. And eventually, once you fall in love with education, you go and spend the thousands, 500, you know, you end up with 25 grand, 10 grand, 15 grand somewhere else, different courses. But it has with $1. I think that's completely fair.
I'll give them an example. When you guys first bought your first car, 3-4 grand, okay, you put it on there, kind of killed your bank account a little bit. Second car that came up after this one was the thing, you went up. Yes, went up 5 grand, 10 grand. After that, 15, 20 grand. After that, 50 grand. After that, 100 grand. You don't double think about that, do you? You don't double think about spending that, do you? You love the flashy cars. You love the ego. You love the feeling that it gives you. But what happens in here? Just because people don't see what's going on in here doesn't mean it doesn't exist. The biggest and the best vehicle that you can ever come across is knowledge.
And what you gotta understand is why these brand new cars. Don't get me wrong, I love vehicles. She knows I love vehicles. You know, if you're about that life, it doesn't matter. If that's what you love, that's what you love. But I'm pretty sure you guys can understand. It's like buying a brand new phone every single year. I mean, I've got the hottest phone now, but next year I gotta do it again.
Yeah.
And do it again.
Yeah.
And what happens if the Mercedes or the Audi shape changes to a newer shape? You want a newer shape now.
And you're trying to fill the void.
See? That's all self-education doesn't stop. Exact same thing.
Yeah.
Every single day, keep reading. Every single week, minimum once a week.
Yeah.
Minimum once a week. Believe me, your self-education, you can leave eventually your own books behind. You can leave so much knowledge behind. Like so many other people that have left knowledge behind. It could be you if that's what you really want.
So let's think about it. If you really need to think about spending $1 USD, then business is not for you. Because you're so used to trading your time for a boss that doesn't even care about you. You double think about spending money in the form of a business.
What it is I strongly believe, I don't think they just see the value of that $1 just yet. Example, let me give you a different perspective about it. You know, when you buy a Tony Robbins course that costs $6,999 USD, like, whoa, that's expensive. You know, I'd rather go to uni for 5-6 years and learn it. It's cheaper. But wait, you gotta go to uni for 4 to 5-6 years. Tony Robbins has been doing this for him and his partner combined 52 years. This is the course I'm talking about. They've compressed it in 3 months course. Is it worth it now?
Is it worth it?
You're saving, is it worth it now? You saved yourself 3.5 years, 4 years into 3 months. I'll say it's definitely worth it.
100%. So now you got to ask yourself: is 1% is $1 USD, worth basically upgrading your whole lifestyle. Or are you guys happy with where you are? If you're happy with where you are, that's completely fine. If you're not, spend that $1 USD. Don't lie. This is one of our most common objections. A lot of women do not want to be on social media and they don't want to put themselves out there. But what does it come down to? Why don't they want to put themselves out there?
Because I believe it was judgment. This is my personal experience and a lot of research is we just don't want to get judged from mum, from dad, from sister, from brother, from close friends, from your neighbours. We just don't want to be judged. But we want to judge, but we want to be judged in turn. Truth be told, you're going to be judged no matter what. Whether you do it, whether you don't do it, there's going to be judgment parties from both sides, from either ends, from under, from above, from every angle. So the most important thing is do you approve of what you do? That's all that matters. Because regardless, if you don't get judged, you're going to get judged on Judgment Day. So regardless, you cannot escape judging.
And the fact that is, you got to approve of what you do. You got to believe in what you do. But, so you got to think about the people who are judging you or people who are possibly going to judge you. Do they pay your bills? Do they contribute to your stresses? Do they basically put money in your bank account and you just basically just sit there? If they don't, then they don't have a say in what you do in your life. They're not going to have a say. And if you give them a chance to have a say, then your whole life is going to be lived approving and looking for other people's approval. I've said this before. The only time you have to approve is, the only person that has to be approved of is you. You need to approve of what you're doing. No one else.
Most of the people these days, they get controlled by who? By the government. But what does the government give them? They give them money. Shut up. But people, that you let into your life and control you, most of these days, they contribute to nothing. And you just let them in and keep them in.
Yeah.
So I just get that meaning by that.
And basically, if you've given someone the power to judge you, you've basically just laid down on the floor. It's like, here, take me. That's it. Just take me. I have no fight. Where's your fight? Where's your fight? Who cares if people are going to judge you? People are going to judge you regardless.
No matter what you do.
No matter what. So why are you still scared of putting yourself out there?